There we go. I think I got it started. Did I push the button? Yes, I did. Good morning, everyone. Great to see you all here. Kermit, Marvin, Ricardo, Rick. I'm sure we'll see some stragglers pop in here. It is a new time, Thursdays. I did not get my reminder out yesterday, which I meant to do. I write lists. I really do, and I write things on my list. You know what? The key to getting everything done is actually reading your list. The day does get away on me, though. There are some things that I attack and they take longer than anticipated, and that's okay. Everything gets done. That much is for certain. And it gets done because I have a list. And I keep a list of the activities I need to do every day. There are things that I do every day, advertising being one of them. That's usually the first thing I do. I have a lot going on here. I have a lot of support that I do for all of our programs. That takes up most of my time during the day. I really don't spend a lot of time doing promoting. And yet, whenever I'm out there, whatever I'm doing, I really am promoting. It just becomes a part of your life. So how's everyone doing today? Welcome to our Contact List Builder members only training. I'm excited about our call today, talking about follow up and follow through. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to guess that for most of you, follow up and follow through is one of your biggest challenges. Yes or no? And I admit I follow up quite differently than I see other leaders out there following up, and that's okay. I take from them, and here's what you need to do as well is you need to find your own voice. You don't need to sound like me. You don't need to sound like Joel Terrian. You don't need to sound like Tony Robbins. You don't need to sound like anybody. You need to sound like you. Because that's how you're going to attract people to you. Are you going to attract everyone to you? No. But the people that you do attract to you are going to be people that you're going to really enjoy working with. You're all attracted here for some reason. And I've worked with each and every one of you, and you all have a voice. And I'm hoping that today's call is really going to help you get that voice out there and realize that all you have to do is just click that button and send that email. It doesn't need to be a long, drawn-out sales letter. You'll get into that as you get further, as you start feeling better about what you're doing, as you start understanding that you're really excited about what you're doing. You are, right? You're all still here. You've all been working with us for a very long time, some of you. And there's a reason you keep coming back, because there's something that speaks to you. And I think it's about being yourself, being real. The leaders I work with out there that I stay with are leaders that are honest, that care about their members, that really share that, camaraderie. My goal here isn't, for me to make as much money as I can from you. There are some programs out there that's obviously what it's about. My goal here is to help you make as much money as you can. Because I know that if you follow these steps that we teach here at CLB, if you stay focused on the process, on the programs, on the activities that you need to do on a daily basis, you're going to start to see results. And if you learn to master the art of follow-up, if you learn to find your own voice, if you really spend time just doing that, for the most part, it's a scary thing, and so you don't even attempt it because you're worried about the results you're going to get or not get. And I have to admit, over the years, I've had some pretty nasty responses come in my inbox when I've done some promotions, when I've promoted programs. I've had people that, I, I mean, that I've seen just about everything come in my inbox, and some of it has been very hurtful, very not nice. And I learned to not pay attention to those because I came to understand that that wasn't about me, that that was about them. And I think you guys know what I mean. So the 3 basic steps here to success in any business, whether you're following what we do here at CLB or you're using a different system, it doesn't matter. This is what you need to do. You need to have a capture page somewhere. It doesn't matter where you're using the system. I use a lot of different capture pages. They all do the same thing. The RSG is the Ready, Set, Go marketing system. It's what CLB is all about. That 3-step quick start guide, I wrote a report that is the Ready, Set, Go marketing system that is a simple step-by-step instruction manual that helps you set up your lead capture page. It also goes through and gives you some tips on advertising and on follow-up. It's what's where our members are directed to get started and get set up in CLB. And the reason I put that together, there's how-to videos and what have you, and the reason I put that together was because over time, I've been teaching this stuff for a few years. And over time, you get to say the message over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so it got to be a little bit challenging because all day, every day, I was saying my message over and over and over again. And so I changed the message. I wrote the instructions, I put the instructions together, and then my message just said, go and read this and then let's talk. Follow these steps. Now the challenge, and I see it all over, is that it's challenging to just follow the steps. People get distracted, they put more into it than what they need to. If you just follow the steps, you're going to see success. And like I said, whether you're doing that through what we teach here through the Ready, Set, Go marketing system in CLB, or you're using another system, this is the process you need to follow. Do you guys all agree with that? Are we all on the same page here? We're going to have just a really open chat today about following up. My goal is to really help you relax about it, to help you feel more comfortable about it, so that you're quite ready and excited to click that button in your autoresponder or to go into the CLB members area to email your downline and send an email. I want to make this easy for you. So we're all on the same page here. You all agree you need to be advertising a lead capture page, meaning you need to be building your list. You need to master the art of follow-up. And that's what we're going to focus on today. Before we do, I want to make sure that you really understand how the system here works at CLB. It's a little different than most of the other programs out there. There are so many of them out there, my head spins. I've recently connected with the people at Online Sales Pro. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's similar to the Conversion Pros. I have to say, I'm not going to be switching programs. I use a lot of different capture pages, okay? My goal with any program is that I sign up, I set up, I use it, right? Because if I can sign up and set up and it's simple enough for me, then it works, then I'll recommend it. And it works. So the first thing I do once it works is I let my subscribers know about it, because my goal is to cover my costs. If you did that with every program, you would always be in profit. Does that make sense to you guys? It's what makes CLB so exciting, because if you focus just on the programs that we recommend and use through CLB, everything works. Now, I'm not going to be switching capture pages, because I still believe that the Conversion Pros, for what we do here, for the way we have ours set up, works and works the best. So we're not going to be switching, just so you know. But I am now using a different system, and I'm using it mostly to promote my primary business because it's connected to the autoresponder that's part of that business. So it just made sense. Okay. So if you see, because I know you've all seen my emails, I don't want it to scare you. I don't want you to think that, oh boy, we're changing, because we're not. There's a lot of great systems out there that create capture pages. I'm teaching one with the login frequency people, the membership script people that do all the viral mailers. I'm teaching how to use their system. There are many ways to build your list. The key is to make sure that that's your focus. Build your list, so advertise your capture page. Whatever capture page that is, it's okay to have more than one. And follow up with those leads. So at CLB, what happens when you do this is that through the Conversion Pros system that we have set up there, they're introduced to a capture page with my video, inviting them to fill out the form to learn more about what we do. And I give them just a brief overview of what we do here. It's just a minute long. They're going to fill out your form to your autoresponder in Conversion Pros. They're going to start to receive your autoresponder messages that you can add to at any time. The nice thing is that once they've subscribed, we then redirect them to a thank you page. And on that thank you page, they can watch a 30-minute video. It might be 25 minutes, not sure. It's a Monday night video. I think it's just a 20-minute one, a Monday night presentation where they can learn all about Contact List Builder. Will I take them through and talk about what we do here? If they like what they see, they are encouraged to get a free account, and they're directed to your Contact List Builder sign up page. So they don't go to the affiliate page, they actually go to the sign up page. And a high percentage of people who come through the system do sign up. And now think about that. They've gone to your capture page, they liked what they saw, they filled out the form. Once they got there, they filled out another form. So they clicked a link and they filled out a form to become a member. That's a lot of activity. That's somebody that you really want to connect with, right? Chances are they're going to follow our Ready, Set, Go marketing system because that's what I'm going to encourage them to do. So when they log in and follow the Ready, Set, Go marketing system and they join the programs that we recommend, they're going to sign up in those programs through the Downline Builder, and they'll sign up under you. Your new member's going to join those programs. If they upgrade, you're going to earn a commission. So the first program we recommend they join is the Conversion Pros. If they upgrade, you'll earn a $20 commission. Not bad. The key is to feed the funnel. Does that make sense to all of you? Do you really have a picture of how people come through CLB? And I think that's what we need to do. If I have any graphics people out there, oh, Dawn, I know that you would probably love to do this, but I would love a picture of the lead coming in, getting on your list, whatever that means, seeing the capture page, filling out the form, getting on the list, being happy about that, and then liking the video they see on the thank you page. They actually watch the video. A lot of people do. I can watch the stats on YouTube. And they click that link to become a member. Not only is the link there, your Skype ID is there if you use Skype, your phone number if you want to include it, or your mobile number. There are ways for them to connect with you. It's an effective way to communicate with your leads. Simple process, and it really works. Now the key to all of this is in the follow-up. The key is not to just rely on the system to do that for you, but to put yourself in it. Because the people who come through that system are looking for real people. They're looking to connect with people they can talk to, people they can ask questions, and I know for some of you, you're worried they're going to ask questions you can't answer. And the big question they're going to ask is, how much money are you making? That seems to be something that people they're afraid to answer. And I always have the same answer because I don't think it's anyone's business how much money I'm making. I just say I'm earning a full-time income. If I were new, if I wasn't making money, I'd say, I haven't really made a lot of money yet, but I'm finally starting to see results. Wouldn't that be a great answer? My recommendation, though, isn't to share how much money you're making online. It's nobody's business how much money you're making anywhere. When you're out in the real world and you're networking with people, you get to meet people. Do you ever ask them, how much money do you make? No. So I don't know why people online think it's okay to ask that. Like, how much money are you making? I'm not going to join you unless I know how much money you're making. So don't be afraid of that question. Just say, to be honest with you, I haven't made a lot. You don't have to say you haven't made money. I haven't made a lot of money yet. But I'm finally starting to see results. Follow-up really is the most important task of all, and we're going to go through some examples here. My goal is just to get you guys to feel comfortable. And it sounds like Yvonne just got a great idea of how she can respond to that, because I bet you've all been asked that question. When you put yourself out there and you're promoting a program or a system, the first thing most people want to know is, are you making money? And the only reason you aren't making the money that you could be making is because you aren't really focused on this one thing, building your list and following up. It 100% depends how much work they put into it, Yvonne. 100%. And the challenge is knowing the kind of work to put into it. So this isn't hard. None of this is really hard, but it means you have to actually do it. You have to actually reach out and make contact with people. Hard to have a conversation if you aren't reaching out to people. Whether you're talking to them on the phone, on Facebook. Did you know that you can talk on Facebook? There's a button, you just click it, and it's like phoning somebody. And it's really easy to use. You can talk to them on Skype. You can text them on your phone. You can text them on Facebook. You can text them on Skype. You can send email. It's all about reaching out. I always recommend that you guys reach out to at least 10 people a day on Facebook that you haven't talked to before. And just say hi. We haven't talked in a long time. Thought I'd reach out. We'll talk more about that as we're going through here. But how many people do you actually reach out to and connect with on a daily basis? That's where the magic happens. When you're actually reaching out to people. Remember, this is a mutual thing. We're wanting people to get to know, like, and trust us, because that's when they're going to join your business. It's not too often somebody comes into the system and just joins everything. They usually get to know you. And that takes a while, doesn't it? 7 to 10 times somebody has to see your information before they take action. So you need to get in their face. You need to be consistent and persistent. It doesn't need to be complicated, and it doesn't need to be salesy. In fact, I recommend it isn't. You don't need to sound like me. You don't need to sound like anyone. However, if you get an email from somebody that's compelling, by all means, copy the email. Have you all noticed that I do that a little bit, especially with Joel? Because I'm promoting Joel's programs. Joel's programs are part of CLB. It is much easier to do that. Look what Joel said. I don't need to repeat it. I could just say, look what Joel said about it, and I put my links. Did you guys notice that? You can do the same thing about CLB. So if you get an email from me and you really like what it says, you can take it and say, look what Janet says about this, and put your links in. You do that all the time. Good for you, Kermit, because seriously, why reinvent the wheel? I don't need to rewrite something. I'm just going to use what's already there in a creative way. Share what's working for you. Of course, you got to get things working for you, right? And at the end of the day, it all boils down to scheduling time for your business. And I talked about this on a training call last week. And if you're not scheduling time for your business every day, then you're not serious about building this business and making obscene amount of money. It's okay to make an obscene amount of money. How many of you really want to make an obscene amount of money? Seriously, if you follow the plan, it works 100% of the time. And you can make an obscene amount of money. There's money enough to go around to everybody. Number one, you got to believe you can. Number two, it's all in that follow-up. You need to connect with people. If you want people to follow you, you need to connect with people. It's why most of you join the programs that I promote. You haven't all joined my latest ones. I'm confused about that. We need to talk about that, but we'll get you there. Share what's working for you. Get things working for you. And I know each and every one of you, when you promote your contact list builder capture page that you created with the Conversion Pros, you get results. Am I right? If you've set it up the way it is set up in the Ready, Set, Go marketing system, where I outlined it before, where they're redirected to a thank you page with the Monday night presentation and your sign up page and your contact info. If you're following that setup and you advertise that page, you get results. I know you do. Do you know how I know you do? Because I see the results come in through CLB. I see the sign-ups come in. Kermit's been getting sign-ups. He's been doing the CLB page. Wayne Randall's been getting sign-ups. Teresa Lozano has been sign-ups almost every day. Wayne Randall gets sign-ups almost every day. I can tell when he's got ads out there because the sign-ups come in. Get the numbers here. I see I forgot to write down the names on some of them. But, Teresa, I can tell when she's got solo ads out there. Carola's got sign-ups. I'm just looking back through this month. Yvonne has had sign-ups, so I know when she's advertising. I know when Larry's advertising, because I see the sign-ups come in. So I know you're following the system. And I know it works because, guess what? I get sign-ups when I promote as well. Yes, it works. And then you have to follow through, right? Share the success of the team. We have calls here. Now they're on Thursdays. My intent is to have them weekly. So we'll be here every Thursday at noon Eastern doing training and support for you guys to help you really get this working. Share the success of the team. People are having success. You can talk about being on the call and that everybody said when they're using it, it works. It really does work. Now, the way to make this really simple is to start today and follow what we're going to teach you here today about adding to your autoresponder messages. Now, if you're following what we teach here at CLB, we have 13 messages. I think it's 13 messages all set up for you. All you have to do is edit your affiliate ID in the emails, edit your contact info in the emails, and you're done. That takes the longest for the setup, but everything is done for you. Now, the secret is to continue to add to that autoresponder. You could add messages in between the messages that are there, so you can change the messages. And some of what we're going to be talking about here today, I'm hoping is going to encourage you to get these messages out. And if you were to add a message, even once a week you added a new message, and you started focusing on the programs you're promoting out there and adding a message to the people about those programs. We'll talk more about that as we get through here. But these are all things that you can do that are going to help you to build in the future. And so you are We've just added to your task list, right? So you're going to be advertising every day. You're going to be following up every day with the people you're advertising, with the leads that come in. Those are the things you do every day: advertise and follow up. And so now, added to that list is add another email to my autoresponder, so that your list members are going to receive emails for as long as you can write emails. You can have 365 emails. They'd have a year's worth of emails coming from you, all without you having to touch a button. And all of them promoting the programs and services that you're a part of. So you could send an email about every program in the Downline Builder of CLB, one email for each one that you're a member of. You can talk about how you're using CLB to create leads for your primary business and introduce them to your primary business. There's so many things that you can be writing about in your autoresponder. All the other programs that you're a part of that are not part of CLB, and you are part of many, aren't you? I know you are. Imagine if you had them all sorted and organized in your autoresponder so that your new subscribers are eventually going to hear about everything that you're a part of. So you want to make sure that those emails are to programs and services that you are using and want to recommend. Now, we're going to go through some emails here that are examples. If you want to write them down, you can. We will have I will have the replay up in the members area, and I will include these emails, okay? So I'll include them in the members area under the training replays. When the replay of this is up, I will also include all of these emails so that you can just copy and edit them if you wish. What I'd really like to see is for you to be taking notes today on emails that you can go and write and use these as examples. So ask questions. And these are things you can do as soon as we're done the call. You can go into your autoresponder, you can click that broadcast link under messages. Every autoresponder has the ability for you to broadcast a message, which means you can send an email to your list anytime you want. So you can go out and send an email that says, hey, I just want to say thanks for subscribing to my list. Say it in your own voice. Say it how you would say to them if you were talking to them on the phone. I'm wondering if you're involved in a business that you're looking to promote online. I'd love to hear all about it. Reply to this email or send me a message on Skype. My details are below. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a great day. Your name and your contact info. You can reword that however you want. That's how I talk. That's how I write. So it's my voice. You can certainly use my voice. You can use it exactly as it is. It's a great email. Or write it in your own words. How would you say that to someone if you were saying that on the phone? What is comfortable for you to say that? Now, what happens when they respond to you and say, hey, I'm involved in XYZ company. You really should have a look. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Well, number one, get excited already. Okay, they responded to your email, or they responded to your queries, wherever you might rewrite this so that you could use it on Facebook when you're connecting with someone. Instead of saying, thanks for subscribing to my list, thanks for accepting my friend request. I'm wondering if you're involved in a business that you're looking to promote online. Great door opener. So what happens when they come back and say, I'm part of XYZ company, it's the best thing since sliced bread, you should join it here. Here's my link. You say, hey, go and look at their program, okay? Make sure you do. If you're familiar with the program, that's different. You don't have to go look at it, but you might want to go look and see what they're using to promote that program. But go have a look at what their link. Give them the courtesy of that. If it's not something you're interested in, you just say, thank you for the information. It looks like a great program. How long have you been a member? And start asking questions. How are you getting leads for your business? Are you marketing online? It's a great way to introduce them to what we do here at CLB. Would you guys agree? It's a great door opener. You're all writing like mad, aren't you? You got your pens out, you're writing that down. Oh my God, what if they say this? I want you to just think about this, and I want you to think about, okay, that's easy. I can do that. I can do that. What a great door opener. And if they say no, they're not interested, it's okay. You just say, thanks for thinking of me. Let's stay in touch. And if they say you really should join this program, just say, I really appreciate you thinking of me, and I'll keep it in mind. Let's keep in touch. So remember, no is never like a no. It's just a not now. Keep in touch. So you can send an email that asks them for their contact information. Maybe you want to make sure that if you've collected their phone number or didn't, that they get you the right phone number. So here's, hello name, thanks again for subscribing to my list. Do I have your contact information correct? I show your phone number as blah blah, and there's a code to put that in there. You could just put the autoresponder code in there, and it'll paste whatever is in the system. Now, if there's no phone number there, it won't put one, but it will put whatever's in the system if they filled it out on the form. Please reply and let me know if this is correct, or send me your correct number. Also, what time would be good for a quick call? I'd just like to touch base and see if there's a way for us to work together. I look forward to hearing from you. Does that sound intimidating to any of you? No? Good. This sounds like something you could say. What would be a good time for a quick call? I'd just like to touch base and see if there's a way for us to work together. And then when they reply, remember, now you got a live person. My goodness. They reply and give you their phone number and the time. Give them a call and let the conversation go. Let it go where it goes. Are you involved in a business that you're looking to market online? How long have you been with that company? And please don't ask them, are you making money? Ask them instead, how's that working for you? Focus on how are they getting leads for that business? What are the tools and resources they're using to get leads? If you use that approach, number one, you're never going to offend anyone, and you don't ever have to feel bad about not signing up for every program that people promote to you. You keep the conversation on, remember, a good salesman this is what I always say, I'm not the best salesman in the world, but I do listen. Ask a lot of questions. The guy who's asking the questions, you just keep asking the questions. And direct the questions to how are they building their business. And they're going to say, have you heard of this? They might keep trying to get you back to signing up, and just keep asking them questions. Where are you getting leads? How's that working for you? If they're using a system online to get leads, ask them about it. How's it working for them? They might be looking for something else. If they ask what you're doing, let them know. At some point they will. That's the beauty of this. You can let them know that you're building XYZ business and that you're using Contact List Builder to get leads for that business. Sound simple enough? Is this helping? Are you already feeling better about going into your autoresponder and sending a broadcast that just says, hey, name code, it's Yvonne here. I just wanted to reach out and see if we could connect. What's the best way to connect with you? Here is my contact information. I'd love to hear from you. Pretty simple. Good stuff. So Will you do it? That's the key. Will you go into your autoresponder and send that email? Will you go into CLB? Because you've got members in CLB, you can contact them. Go in and write that email. Just go do it. Go do it. And tomorrow, do another one. A different one. Are you using online resources to get leads for your business? And if so, how's that working for you? Questions, questions, questions. Is this helping you feel better even about having a conversation? So a lot of what I'm posting here is for you to use in your autoresponder to follow up with your subscribers, because you've got their email addresses and it's the best way to open the door. But remember, once you open the door, you need to keep that conversation going. You need to have that conversation. So you need to have lots of questions. You might even want to have a list with questions that you could ask people. But it really just comes down to practice, to listening. Listen to the person on the other end of the conversation, whether it's on in a message. If it's in text messaging, always be sure that you clarify the message if you're not sure, because it's really hard in text messaging to understand if the emotions of the other person. If you're on a phone or a Facebook call or a Skype call, just have a friendly conversation. Don't feel like you have to join anything, and don't feel like you have to sponsor them into anything. Simply listen to them, ask questions, and do your best to direct them here. Should we assume that is the reason they subscribed in the first place? Well, we should never assume anything, number one. However, yes, they filled out the form if they came in through the CLB subscription list, they filled out the form because they were interested in what they saw, and they must have a business. But you're going to connect with people on Facebook as well. I have people that subscribe to my list from my website, right? From my blog, from other capture pages. So it really, you're going to have leads from all manner of places. And if you're having conversations on Facebook, you don't know if they're involved in business. And, never assume. It's always good to ask them and let them respond. And yes, they came in through your capture page. And yes, that capture page was all about CLB. And yes, they should remember that. But that doesn't mean anything, because, I have come to discover over the 17 years that I've been at this, I think it's 18 years this year. I have to do the math. 99. It'll be 18 years this year. Wow. People love to fill out forms, okay? So that's why you never assume anything, because people love to fill out forms. They sometimes don't even read what's on the page. They just fill out forms. People love to fill out forms. So here are some things you can send an email to, and I recommend that you send an email out at least once a day. And I'm really going to push you guys to, I know you're all on Facebook, I'm going to push you to reach out to 10 people a day. Let's go 5 to get you started. 5 people. You're going to reach out, you're going to look. Facebook gives you your contact list on the right-hand side. They show you who's online. I'm going to encourage you to reach out to 5 people on your Facebook friends list that you've not had a conversation with ever, or not for a long time. And simply say, hi, name. We haven't chatted. I thought this would be, I saw you online and thought I'd say hi. I see we haven't chatted before, or we haven't chatted in a long time. Now, before you have that conversation, before you send them a message, go to their timeline, check their About link, click on the About link, have a look and see what they're involved in, read their posts on their timeline, see what they're doing, see if you can see what business they're in, see what you can learn about them. And then send them a message. Hi, Mary, I saw you online and thought I'd say hi. Or, hey, Mary, saw you online and thought I'd say hi. And if they say hi back, you start the conversation. I see you're involved in XYZ. Let them answer. How long have you been with them? Let them answer. How's it going for you? Let them answer. What are you using online to get leads for your business? Let them answer. How's that working for you? At some point, they're going to ask you a question. Now, emails, I really want you to get out in there and send an email every day so people can get to know, like, and trust you, so that you can find your voice, so that they can hear your voice, so they can hear you grow, they can hear your excitement, they can get to know you. When you write a blog post, and if you're not doing blog posts, we are going to be having a call on setting up a blog and writing blog posts, because if you're on one of these calls, you should be taking notes, and then you should be writing a blog post about it. Or at minimum, go on Facebook and write about it on your timeline. Yeah, ask them about nonprofits if you're with nonprofits. There's so many things you can be writing about. Whatever your passion is, whatever you're excited about, you're going to be able to find people who have that same passion, and you just have a conversation. Just remember that when you're online or on the phone, you're not face to face. And so it's a little more challenging to build that relationship with strangers. But let me tell you that it is exceptionally possible. At some point, you were all strangers to me. And now when you look around the room, correct me if I'm wrong, but you look around the room and you see people that are familiar to you. Yes? You may not know them. You may not have contact with them outside of these calls, but you look around the room and they're familiar to you. They're like friends. I know them. Yeah, Jana, I see her here all the time. I've seen her on Facebook. I'm going to follow her on Facebook. Judy's fairly new, but her name is becoming familiar too, and Larry's been here for a while. Marva's been back. It's great that she's back. She was away for a while. Ricardo's been here for a while. Rick has been here for a while. Yvonne has been here for a while. You're all familiar. It's like family. And then when new people come, it gets really exciting. Rev it up 656. If you can see the text chat and chat in there, we would love to know who you are. So please let us know your first and last name. So you write a blog post, and if you're not blogging, and we really need to talk. Or write it on Facebook, right? Go on your Facebook wall and write a summary of what you learned on the call today. And go send an email. Hey, I was on a really great training call with CLB today, and I learned all about following up. And you know what? It's a lot easier than I thought it was. And a lot less intimidating. I really enjoyed it. You can come to these trainings too. It's available to members. Just click here to join. Hey, Hubert, great to have you with us. So the next time you come on our call, Hubert, when it asks for your name, instead of a username, just type in your full name. That makes it so much easier. Thank you, Hubert. Great to have you with us today. Hubert would be fairly new as CLB, yes? Welcome to the family. So if you find a new resource that works, or you join a new program, you guys, I mean, are you following my lead? When I join a new program, I send an email out to my list. It's the first place I go. When I'm excited about something, that's where I go. And then I will add it to my autoresponder so that new people, as they come into my list, will also hear about that program. Oh. Well, I'll try it again when you come in next time, okay? I'm not sure why it wouldn't let you put your name, but it should. When you have an article to share, so let's say that you read an article online, or somebody sends you an email with an article and you really enjoyed that article and learned something from it, well, there's nothing wrong with sharing that with your list. I just read a really good article today about such and such, and I thought I'd share it with you. How cool is that? You're not selling them anything. You're sharing somebody else's something. Or when you have information to share about anything. You never know who on your list is going to be interested in what you're interested in. Now, most of what I write about on my list is internet marketing because that's what I'm interested in. That's what I do. This is my passion. Once in a while, I send other things. If I had a hobby, I would probably send information out about my hobby or what I'm involved in. If I was excited about something, and I would create an email that would go out to my list. When you just want to check in, as we talked about it, you know what? You could set up quite a few emails that are just checking in. Intersperse them between the 13 CLB emails that are there. Have one that goes out and that just says, "Have we connected on Skype?" I use Skype every day for business, and I'd love to hear from you. My Skype ID is I'm thinking of starting a new Skype because my old Skype seems to be having issues. And people sending me messages, I'm not getting them. So it's just some weird thing. And it's not everybody. And I haven't quite figured out where the common thing is that's making it not work. And I've uninstalled and reinstalled it, but that's not working. So hopefully they fix that bug soon. But you know what? I have started to have more conversations on Facebook. I find Facebook a very simple place to have conversations and very effective way to have conversations. But you know, most social networks give you that ability. So there's never a reason not to have people to talk to. How many people are you guys going to connect with today? So I don't know how much time you guys spend on your business online. Okay, whether it's an hour a day, 2 hours a day, maybe you're here all day, but there are times when you're actually at your computer and available. What a great time to reach out to your subscribers. Even if you've already sent them an email that day, that doesn't matter. Send them an email to your members and your subscribers wherever you can that says, "Are you available? I'm online right now." Give them your contact info. Let them know how they can find you on Facebook. Let them know how they can find you on Skype. And ask them to reach out and have a conversation with them. You will get people that will reach out. Good stuff. So Kermit, Marva, and Dawn are going to reach out to 5 people. What about the rest of you? 5 people is not a lot. You're going to reach out. You're just going to say, "Hey, name. I saw you online and thought I'd say hi. How's it going?" Judy's going to do it. Awesome. See if you can't direct them to CLB. Out of 5 people, you should be able to get at least one that'll bite. Get excited about what you do here. Let them know you were just on a really great training call. You'd love to show them how it can help them build their business. But after you've had the conversation, how's it going? How's that working for you? You can usually tell by their timeline, okay? So when you look on their timeline, have a good look, see what they're doing, see what they're into. Does it look like they're successful? You know, what kind of interests do they have? Do they seem to be following all the rules that we do in business? Are they in business? There's a lot you can learn about people from their Facebook profile. So make sure you have a look at their pictures, maybe even comment on their timeline if you see something of interest, and then open a conversation with them. It takes a bit of effort, all right, to contact 5 people on Facebook, to do your homework. You know, might take you half an hour, maybe an hour. And I'm saying that only because you haven't really done it before, so it might take you a little longer. Sometimes it'll take a while to look at somebody's page, and because they've got a lot of information, so you have a look at what's there. And you know, sometimes people don't have much. They're the easy ones to have the conversations with, the people who don't have much information on their profile. So you know, there's 2 ways to approach them. They're either brand new at it or they just don't know how to do that. But what a great way to have a conversation, because there's nothing there, so you can ask the questions. You know, are you involved in a business you're looking to build online? And you can tell a lot about a person from their Facebook profile, from their Facebook page, from their timeline. So have a look at them. Reach out. Have a conversation. And remember, whenever you send a broadcast email, if it's timeless, you're sending a blog post or an article, add it as a message in your automated campaign so that future subscribers will receive that information. Now, it doesn't mean that every broadcast is going to be become an autoresponder message, okay? Like if you're just emailing them and saying, hey, I'm online right now, do you want to connect? Well, you're not going to add that as your autoresponder because you really want them to get it when you're online. Yeah, it should always be pertinent, something that is timeless, okay? So that it can just sit in your autoresponder messages so that your future subscribers will receive that message. Your current subscribers will receive it too, so they'll get 2 of those. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. Because they'll get it in sequence of when they're due to get the next message. Does that make sense? Like when you add it to your autoresponder series, it doesn't mean all your subscribers will get the message right away. They get it based on when they receive it in sequence. Excellent. Whoops, I went too far. Sorry. Right, I think there we are. Wow. I've really talked about all of this as we've been going through here. We've been just having this open chat, and I'm really hoping that this call is helping you guys feel more comfortable about reaching out to people. That's really the goal. So we talked about Facebook, how to connect with people on Facebook. Are you involved in a business that you're trying to build online? Thank people for sharing. If somebody adds you as a friend, go thank them for adding them as a friend. Thanks for adding me as a friend. I look forward to connecting. Send them a message, post on their wall. Engage with people, which means see what they're doing and follow up with them. Do the same thing on Skype. When someone adds you as a friend, send them a message that says thank you. If you're not using the CLB Skype Seeker, you want to get that working because that allows you to send an email to all of your contacts on Skype at once. When one of the best, not an email, but a message, one of the best messages to send to all of your Skype contacts is, hi, how's your day going? And you can personalize it by putting a code in for their first name. So it would actually say, hey Rick, how's your day going? The secret to all of this, Rick and everyone really, is just doing it. Setting aside time every day that you're going to do some follow-up, that you're going to make contact with people, that you're going to send an email. Well, it doesn't... Okay, you all came to the conclusion that it doesn't take long to go in and click broadcast and write an email, does it? This isn't going to take long to log in and click broadcast, choose all your lists and say, hey, so-and-so, do you have my contact information? Hey, so-and-so, are you online right now? I am. Doesn't take long. It's not going to take you more than 10, 15 minutes. Maybe it'll take a bit longer if you're struggling with it a little bit what to say and you're formatting, what have you, but it's not going to take long to get that out there. Get into the practice of doing that every day. Okay? Deal? Are you guys on board with that? Get into the habit of connecting with your subscribers and your members every day. When people come into your system and join any one of your programs, follow up with them and say, thanks. Let's connect. Encourage them to follow the system. Encourage them to do what we're doing because it works. If they're joining, well, they're joining because we're teaching them to join. Encourage them to invite people to our Monday night calls. Encourage them to attend our training calls. When you get the email from me about our Thursday training, send it to your members in CLB and say, did you get Janet's message? Whatever comes to you that excites you, turn it around and send it to your subscribers. How often should you send emails? Every day. A minimum of 3 times a week. They need to get used to seeing you. Now, some of you might be saying, but I mean, aren't they going to get sick of hearing from me? Well, if you follow what we talked about today, no, they're not. They're not going to get sick. And if they are sick of it, they can unsubscribe. That's okay. You're looking for the people that see you enough. All right. They're going to see you enough. They're going to open your email, number one. And then they're going to read enough of your emails that they'll take some action. They'll say, hey, this Ricardo sounds like a pretty nice guy. I'm going to see what he's doing. I'm going to check it out. I hear from him regularly. I should really follow him. I should really see what he's doing. That's what this is all about. Every day, if possible. And if you don't have anything to say, you simply say, I just thought I'd reach out and connect. When's a good time to call? Send me your phone number. Easy peasy. So next week when you come, I want to hear that you're having greater success with your follow-up, that people are starting to respond, because I know when leads come in, people will say, you know, I'm sending emails, but nobody's responding. Nobody's taking action. And then I'll say, well, how often have you emailed them? Well, you know, once a week. I sent them 2 emails. So that's not how this is going to work. You need to be following up with them regularly and saying, have you looked at the system? Have you been inside the Ready Set Go marketing system yet? Or you can follow up and say, you know, did you look at this program yet? Have you seen this system? Did you get my email about this? Have we connected on Skype yet? Have you got me on Facebook? What's your Facebook ID? You can turn the emails around. So when you send an email that says, you know, do you have my Skype ID? Then you can send an email that says, what's your Skype ID? Same email, different subject. People are going to open it. I hope you're excited about following up. I hope you're feeling better about it. Yes? Are you? But my biggest question out there, and I want to see a big, big yes. Are you going to do more follow-up? Are you going to do more follow-up? Are you going to do more follow-up? And let me say something, okay? If you're ready to do follow-up, but you're stuck on what to say, send me a message. Message me on Skype or message me on Facebook, and I will be happy to help you. Next week, we're going to be talking about the CLB capture page. I'm going to be going through Conversion Pros again and showing you how to set up your capture page. It is so simple to do, and I know that, you know, there's quite a few people that have some challenges getting it set up, and I know it's just because it can't possibly be that simple, and it is that simple. So we're going to go over it again. It'll just update the video for how to set up your capture page, which is always a good thing. It's always good to have it updated. I'm not really sure how much of it has changed, so I'll be going in there to check it and make sure everything is okay. But we'll be going into live desktop sharing, so I can show you exactly how to go through this whole process. You'll then have a video that you can share with your leads when they come in, so they can easily set up their capture page. Thank you guys for being here. This was a great call today. Really appreciate you guys. I'll get the replay up as soon as I can. I still have to get last week's up, but I will. Yeah, I'm starting to be able to do more, which is really good. My arm is feeling much, much better, so that's always a good thing for all of us. So remember where you can find us. We're on our blog at contactlistbuilder.com. Follow us there. Follow us on our fan page at Contact List Builder. We do have a group on Facebook as well. I don't have it listed here, but I will list it for next week. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm not an active Twitterer, but you can certainly add us there. And of course, if you don't already have us on Skype, make sure you do. All right, don't be afraid to connect with us. Don't be afraid to reach out. We are here to help you succeed. I want to see you make an obscene amount of money this year. Absolutely on mission to help you, each and every one of you here, make an obscene amount of money this year. This is Janet Legere. We'll see you guys next week at CLB for members. Bye, everyone.